Welcome everyone to the channel, and today we will have Akame Kill opening 1 and 2 and maybe ending 1 and 2 as well if we have the time, or maybe some other video. So what do I know about the show and why are we doing this? There are a lot of shows which I want to watch but do not get the time to, or they're just bad but the opening and endings are pretty good and I want to check them out. And Akame Kill is kind of a perfect example of a show that I would never watch because of all the bad press I hear it has. And from what I know of the show, that everyone dies, all the characters die just in the most gruesome and senseless fashion with no purpose, and the story kind of makes no sense, and even the main character dies. So I know that, and I know that it's not a great show, but I've heard that the openings and endings are pretty good, so I want to check them out. And this is just one of those anime shows that I would never watch, but I want to get into the openings and endings, and therefore I'm recording this. So that's what I know about the show. Not a lot. Oh yeah, there is this amazing theme song, Le Chant de Roma. I probably mispronounced that, but it's very good, dude. It's amazing. I've listened to that around 30-40 times. It's so good. It's the ambience and the moody, creepy sound. It's so awesome. It just goes to show that the show did not deserve that theme probably, and the openings and endings I'm guessing are also pretty good. So I'm really excited to see what they have in store. So without further ado, let's get on to it. Okay, pretty cool. Heavy metal music. I like it. I like the song. So these are all the characters who possibly should probably die. Oh, nice. The visuals are not really winning me over, but the song's pretty good. It's a pretty good show. Okay, she's the main character. I've seen her in the theme song. I have no idea what the show's about. Alright, so not a lot to gather from that. Let me see if I can find something about what the show is. It's a pretty standard song. The visuals in some parts were pretty good. The beginning was pretty good, but it's like the slow, yeah. But I've seen this kind of stuff in other shows, so not really unique. And this metal, this color palette, not a huge fan of it. The way it looks cheap. It looks CGI. I don't know why they would do that. This does not look good, visually speaking. Song's fine. Yeah, not a huge fan of this. And then they get to this part. Yeah, this was pretty good. So what I'm guessing this show is, like, you have these main characters, right? And they show only these two characters. So these two must be the two main characters. This must be the main character, our MC. So, and he probably dies in the end as well. They're fighting. They look like they have different factions. What are they fighting against? Yeah, so this is your main crew, and I'm guessing all of them die, pretty much. Um. Hmm. Okay. So good enough character designs, but not really unique. I don't see any cool characters other than the red girl that I've been familiarized with because the theme song. Yeah, and then we have this scene, the sword. They're all shaped by the sword. Hmm. Okay. Yeah, not a fan of this scene. Then we have her. This was a pretty good scene. I like this style a lot. So, is this the enemy? I don't see our characters here. This has to be the enemy, right? I mean, look at the hot nurse chick. She looks like a Nazi. It's a pyro guy right there. That's Hawks. Uh, and girl looks mentally ill. Yeah, this is a pretty cool frame. This could be a poster, not like yeah. This could be a poster. I'm gonna lie. This is a good show, but still pretty standard. I don't get what the hype is with the show. Some childhood memories for each character. Looks pretty edgy. Yeah, this was a good scene. Each of them representing maybe where they come from, what they represent. Uh, they have different seasons and different lightings. So I'm not sure what they're hinting here. Let me see. Maybe he's from this village. She is okay. The color palette is matching. Hmm. Looks like it's something to do with their moods, or maybe it's just random. Yeah, it does look like they have their cities, but then these three characters, they have nowhere to live. She's definitely the coolest character out of all of them, in much in part due to the theme song that I've been listening with her thumbnail. Yeah, and then the logo with the sword, pretty standard. And then this sigil. Yeah, I would be more intrigued if I knew that the show was good, but because I know that the show is not that great, so I'm not trying to dive too deep into these analyses. Maybe the second opening would be a lot better. We'll have to see. So for the first opening was pretty standard, nothing too fancy. Alright, opening 2. Oh, nice. Okay, I've seen these characters in opening 1. Fuck. Hmm. Let's see hints of the something that was hinted in the show. Characters die very gruesomely. Doesn't seem that dark of a show. Some pretty interesting frames there. Liar mask. Hmm. Okay, so the main draw of the show is the fight scenes, I'm guessing. Pretty dodgy animation there. Oh, it's by White Fox. Yeah, I like this better than the first opening. Hmm. Okay, this was a lot more interesting than the first one. Definitely, a lot of things caught my eye. So again, this CGI sword, and then it almost feels like it's disintegrating with the moon. I mean, a lot of awesome shots uh, in anime or in game in general happen with the moon at the background. I feel like this is one of the good ones. So the sword is, and she is the sword, isn't she? Or the sword is killing her. And the sword represents the people who have died. Because I'm guessing on the second half, right? There are 24 episodes, so a lot of characters must have died or are dying during these episodes. Yeah, she's in the same shot, and she goes down the lava, and then you have this reel. So if I'm assume that it's showing the past in the background with the reel, and maybe all the characters who died, or I don't know. And these two are probably the two opposing factions. The problem here is that I don't see a unique threat to characters. I mean, are these characters the threat? They don't look very frightening. Okay, I've seen this kind of shot. The background art is pretty good. So it's not like there's a good guy or a bad guy. They feel like they're both neutral on opposite stands. And then you also have, of course, the priest. Looks too good. Yeah. And then, so there's a kingdom, and it feels pretty generic. Like there's a kingdom, and there are two opposing factions, and they're fighting for something. And characters die. I feel like I'm biased because I know that this show is not that good. Yeah, these frames are pretty interesting. So these two look like sisters, or definitely on opposite sides. I don't know which one's the enemy. The hot nurse lady looks like the enemy. Oh yeah, this reminds me of a character in Noragami. I've seen the Noragami openings. I haven't seen the show, but there's a pretty similar character there. Yeah, these frames. So we'll go back. So there's a main character and some friend. Oh yeah, we've seen that. We've seen her. The friend. There was a flashback scene in, I think, opening one. And then you have a group of children here with what I'm assuming is the teacher with this pet creature. And then you have, I've seen this guy in one of the frames. Then, yeah, this is the pyro guy. Right. Oh, it's his family. Oh. So, the fact that he's still in that costume doing a family photo means that he cannot get out of that costume. Interesting way to show something of character. Okay, I like it. And then you have the nurse, the hot lady. So this is definitely the enemy faction. And then you have a main character, female main character. And then yeah, you have some well animated scenes. I'm assuming this is the animation quality in the anime itself. I doubt it, but still. Yeah, there's some pretty dodgy animation here. Even in the opening, I'm pretty surprised. Look at this. This is fine, but then this is bad berserk CGI. Yeah, so see, these two are fighting. Then these two are fighting. So the nurse lady is bad because she's on the left side, and left side is always considered bad. So I rationalize it. And then the dawn breaks after the fighting ends, and then there is this main enemy, and that looks like a huge boss guy with a crown, possibly standing over the ruins and corpses of her teammates. And she goes to fight. And then what happens? I don't show it. Hmm. She's. Oh, that's a strange expression on her face. We haven't seen that. We haven't seen any emotion from her in the two openings. Obviously, pretty desperate. Maybe she's extending a hand to the main character, the male guy. The male guy. Hmm. Okay. I mean, if I knew that the show was good, I might have been intrigued. But I feel like it's pretty generic. The song was good. Some of the visuals were good. I don't know which one I like more. They both were standard. I think I'm gonna do the endings as well. I think I have time. 15 minutes. Hopefully the ending is good. I don't know what the hype was with this show. I know that this show got pretty popular, right? It's pretty popular. That's why it got a lot of heat. Alright, ending one. Let's go. Good start. I like it. I like this kind of jittery frames. Like it's an old film reel. Like this is definitely the past memories. Just feel like. I mean that's the intent that I'm gathering. And these are pretty good frames. I keep telling people that the endings are generally more creative and better than openings. Because openings have the job of introducing the characters, so they don't have much leeway in terms of creativity. Yeah, this is better than both the openings. The songs also pretty good. Interesting. What's that overlay? Stupid. Yeah, the song was better. Okay, so what is this ending about? Beats. So beats is like the way they're falling. It's like enclosed memories, right? That's what the beats represent. I've seen this kind of stuff in other shows, like isolated memories. That's what I'm gathering from these beats. Maybe. Or there's some other thing in the show entirely. Then you have this character who I know is the friend of the female. See that I know there's a male guy in the show, and the way these openings and endings are shown is that red hair or I'm colorblind, but the main female character is the main character, and the male character is just a simp maybe. Yeah, so I'm gonna call the girl the main character. So this girl is the main character's friend. She looks like she's trapped. She's depressed, sad, longing for something. The way the light is hitting on her, the moonlight. Maybe the moon is symbolic of something else in the show, but I don't know. But they showed the moon with the blood in the second opening. I like these shots a lot. It's pretty simple effect of the jitters and shaking the colors, but I like it. The backgrounds are really nicely painted. Yeah, I like these shots. Pretty good. So this looks like an underground area, an underground tunnel. Man, these locations look really good. And this is maybe a place where they hung out. You can see this guy is sitting alone. Maybe two of his other friends on the other chairs are gone. I don't know. I'm just guessing. They're all alone in these shots. Oh yeah, this shot. the mirror breaking, so her image is broken. She doesn't know how to identify with herself, or maybe it's an alternate persona. Like she's serious mode on, kind of something like that. Yeah, these look like her memories. Something that's is can't be it can't be retrieved. Something that is lost. Something precious. The way she's staring down. What is this overlay on her? They look like beads, but then there's this weird jigsaw pattern. Can't make up what it is. They look like the kinds of glasses, the tinted glasses that you see on churches. They look like that. The kind of patterns you see on the main church windows, from what I've seen in video games. Yeah, wait. These two are the same characters, right? They feel so different. It's like a switch. Like something clicked, and then she became something like this. Like that's what I see in a character. She's two very different characters. Carrying a lot of responsibility, walking away, fading into the background. Nice. I definitely like this more than the other two openings. Yeah. Hopefully ending 2 is also pretty good. That is really well drawn. Shit. Two different characters. They're the same. So. Oh. Look like an octopus or eel. Oh, it is. It's a new character. These illustrations are pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty well. Okay. They look like the same character though. It's pretty different from what I've seen so far. Oh, that's how you do CG. I still like the ending one, but this had some pretty extremely good visuals, dude. And look at this. This reminds me of those that there was this very old vampire movie. I don't recall which one. Vampire Bloodlust or D Plus, something like that. Had this very detailed black and white shots, monochromatic shots. It's really good, dude. That's definitely wallpaper material. So, I don't think we have seen. I'm guessing the other one is the main character, so I haven't seen the short-haired character. They look like the same character though. I haven't seen this one. Oh, who is she? I can't recall it from the other openings and endings. And then you have this weird shot, long shot of it's underwater, and you have this squid kind of character. At first it looked like her hair from the back, but I don't think it's that. It's a squid, unless I'm mistaken. And this is really good. This illustration is really good. I really like the colors. So is she the same friend character that we saw earlier? Maybe she dyed her hair. Yeah. So this was a pretty good shot. Grabbing the moon and actually grabbing something like a light of hope. And then you have these candles. They're juxtaposing against each other in the frame. What would this mean? Like there's a boundary between these two, an invisible layer. You can only maybe like if you imagine a door between, like they're sitting on either side. You can't do much. You can't help each other. You can only lean on each other for support. Something like that maybe. She definitely seems to be like an older sister to this character. This is a really good scene though, visually speaking. I mean, they went all out on this, on the illustrations here. And this, dude, this shot is so good. This is CGI, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, completely didn't even see this. There are these broken fragments of glass. So, lost promise, broken memories, fragmented memories. Maybe she has amnesia. So, broken memories between these two. Kind of picture what's happening, but this is pretty different from what the openings showed, right? It's pretty moody. That's why I like the endings a lot more, because they can do a lot more than the openings. Which flower is this? This is like hibiscus. And then again you go back to this frame. Can't be the moon, right? Something else. Wait, that looks like... Hold on. What does this shot mean? This is the only confusing shot in this one. It looks like her head. What is it? Can't tell. Can't tell. Pretty weird. Pretty somber ending. I don't know what flowers these are. No, they're not hibiscus, or something else. The candles. It's like a ritual, maybe? No, it doesn't feel like a ritual. Something else. Okay, this is definitely something that only someone who has watched the show would understand. I don't think I can probe further. These drawings are so good. Look at the detail. She looks so good. The shading and the lighting. Even this is a wallpaper material. Something that has kept them apart. Feels like that. Like they are helpless in helping each other out. White fox. White fox. Wait. No. Okay. I like the visuals in this more than the first ending, or equally, but I think the ending one was definitely the highlight out of all the two openings and endings. Alright, so those were the two openings and endings of Akame Kill. Like I said earlier, that the ending one was pretty much the best one, and I think I would rank ending 2 above the two openings. I definitely did not like the first opening with its color palette and its scenes. The second opening was fairly better, but the two endings were definitely the highlight, and the more visual illustrations in the two endings definitely made it up for me. So from what I can understand in this show, so there's this kingdom. You have your kingdom, you have your two factions, maybe vying for power, maybe some conflict, and then what else? Yeah, so I know that a lot of characters die, and from what I can understand is that these fights are the highlights of the show. Maybe if the story is good, unless the story is good. But from what I can understand, that because characters can die at a moment's notice, there's no tension in these fights because you know that someone's gonna die and it becomes repetitive. So maybe that's why people don't like it. I still don't understand what the hype was with the show. Maybe it appealed in the earlier episodes. Maybe it was the right kind of edgy show with the characters at stake, but maybe it just played into it too heavily, and maybe the plot didn't make sense towards the end. The main character looks pretty cool. She is definitely the highlight in all the openings and endings. And yeah, some of the shots in the first and second ending, like I said, were pretty moody. I kind of got a subplot. Maybe that was the main story focus. I don't really see a lot with the male character that I've heard. Maybe he's not that important. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. I don't think I can say much more. The endings are definitely more ambiguous, but they're definitely more interesting than the openings. So yeah, I guess that's about it. That's my 2 cents, and hope you liked it. I won't be watching this show. It was just to see what the show is about. I wanted to see the openings and endings, and yeah, I think I have 1 or 2 songs that I would add to my list, about the ending songs, and so I get a win out of that. Anyway, that's all I have for now, and hoping I catch you in other reactions and shows later on. Peace.